Silent Hill on my Commodore monitor, on my Commodore CRT monitor. And yeah, this is pretty cool, and it looks pretty good considering. The Commodore monitor is not really a monitor in the modern sense of I say modern, by the 90s, early 2000s uh, definition of like a computer monitor. Those would have VGA, and they would be capable of actually fairly high resolutions in some cases, 800 by 600, 600p, 1280 by 1024. This is more a TV than it is a monitor. It's standard definition. It's just composite, which is 480i, with all the issues that come with composite. And, you know, considering that, it looks pretty good. Unfortunately, we do have jail bars at the top and the bottom of the screen, and I can't seem to get rid of them. We are set at, I believe, like a 4:3 resolution here. If we can read that. So yeah, we're at 1024 by 768, and we've got 1280 by 720, 1280 by 800, 1280 by 960, and then 1280 by 1024, which again I would believe would be close to 4:3, but we still end up with jail bars regardless. So yeah, I don't know. The game maybe just does not support 4:3. A little dark. You know, they say CRTs have really good contrast in general. I don't know, this little guy here doesn't seem to be able to handle the darks. So how are we doing this? Well, it's not too complicated, as you could probably imagine. We're using that cheap HDMI to composite little adapter, downscaler. I don't know what you call it when you're not upscaling. Technically, it's a DAC in a way. It's a digital to analog converter, converting the digital RGB from the HDMI and basically encoding it onto a 480i composite signal, where you're going to have, you know, obviously the RGB gets kind of crunched down into one signal, compressed, if you will, analog compression, for lack of a better term. Oh yeah, this looks great. This is cool. So yeah, I'll show you a quick look at how this is working. This is basically, as far as my computer is concerned, this is a third monitor. So when we go into settings, we just told the game to go on the third monitor, and it just works. So yeah, pretty darn cool. So basically the way this works, we got monitor 1, we got monitor 2, and actually notice it's this giant B-52 sprawling across the monitors. On the second monitor, you might be able to see me touching one of the engines perhaps. And then over here on our third monitor, we've got the rest of that image. So as you can imagine, in Windows, when we go to display settings, we see 3 monitors. So these are my 2 main monitors. They're 1440p. We got a third monitor there, and it's showing up at 1024 by 768, which is actually saying what it's recommended. And then basically out the back of the computer, you know, this monitor's DisplayPort, this monitor's DisplayPort, and then the third monitor's basically just the HDMI going to the HDMI to composite converter, and then that's your, you know, composite 480i going to the CRT, which again is just showing up as a third monitor, working as a third monitor would, as you would expect. And again, in Silent Hill 2, we can just go into the settings and just tell the game we want it to play on the third monitor, and just like that, it pretty much works flawlessly. Other than, again, the game doesn't support 4:3, which kind of sucks. It'd be really cool if I could get that going to 4:3, but nonetheless, it works, and it actually looks pretty cool. So yeah, I just thought I would show that. See you guys later.